We just completed our first week and I wanted to show you all the things that we accomplished. I also wanted to tell you how I went about the homeschool, and I just wanted to bring some concerns that I have with history and Ambleside Online. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Andrea and I am a homeschooling mama to an 8-year-old who is in 3rd grade. We also have been following Ambleside Online and this is her year 3. I wanted to come back here because it's all so fresh in my mind. We just completed our first week of 3rd grade. We started homeschool on Monday, schooled every day. Today's Friday and here I am, and I brought with me my binder and I wanted to show you all the things that we accomplished. I will start by talking about, I created kind of like an idea, like an overview of how I want the day to look like, all the things that we do. This is just suggestion, we can change the order, but just an idea. And then I have here the morning basket, and I have the weekly rotation and what I have, the journaling and the riches. So this has been helping guide me as I make sure that we're getting everything done. We did not dive completely into this, especially this, because this week my daughter is with her dad and we're just starting school. And I wanted to really implement the schooling before we get right into chores and daily responsibilities. So what I'm going to do is next week, we're very slowly will start to implement her chores and make sure that she is doing all her daily responsibilities, which this is something that I will not be asking of her when she's with her dad, just because I'm hoping that he will be doing his part and asking her to do her things there while he's with her. I can't control that. We did follow the morning time. We did the whole rotation of the riches from Ambleside Online. We did not do a formal nature study, although we did study invertebrates. We watched a video that's on this playlist here, as well as we observed some worms that we found outside while we were playing volleyball. And we just observed. I didn't ask her to draw. We were just observing. So nothing too structured. We have done the memory math work a few times this week, and it totally slipped from me. And I marked here, you could probably see I marked because I want her to every day start the day, the school day, by reading this and reciting this. I want her to internalize those habits and character traits. I read it to her, but then today I was like, I really need to make sure that she is reading this and taking ownership of these traits, right? So this is Ambleside Online. We completed the entire week of reading, so that's wonderful. That's what I wanted. And now I'm going to show you my little tracking page. You can see we did morning basket 4 days this week. We did math 4 days plus Life of Fred on Friday today. We did, this wasn't Copywork, this is my version. Her version is the accurate one, mine isn't. She did handwriting 3 times this week. She did language arts 5 times, actually not 4, because for the first week of Michael Clay Thompson, this level, he asks the child to just read through the entire book of grammar during the first week, and she was able to do that, just silently reading the book, and I read alongside with her with my instructor manual. Then she did 2 Copywork. I have spelling here because it's the Modern Speller book, using the Charlotte Mason style, which is she reads a piece of the sentence, not just a word, but just like part of the sentence. So maybe 3-4 words, and then she writes that, and then she goes back, looks again, closes her eyes, sees the sentence or the words in her mind, and then she tries to draw. And it's amazing how what they can see in their mind, they can put it on paper. Once in a while, she'll make a mistake on a word or another that she hasn't written yet, but I can totally see how this method works. She hasn't done any of the chores this week, and we did the riches, the rotation of the riches. We did geography as we were reading Pagu, and as we were reading other books, we would go and find those countries on the map work. And we also did the geography, Charlotte Mason. It's scheduled one chapter each week throughout the term. So we did that. We did all the readings. My daughter did her ballet lesson. She's not having a second ballet lesson this term. She's doing tennis. So I marked it here, but she's doing it tomorrow morning. And then she's done her swim practices. She's right now at swim practice. And the play date's going to happen today and tomorrow and Sunday. So she's got loads of play dates this week. So this is what we have accomplished for this week. It will take a little bit of time to find out what order of things work. For example, the first day we did morning basket, and then by the time we were done with that and she went into doing math and other things, I noticed like her stamina was going down. So maybe I need to make my morning basket a little bit shorter. Or just start with math, which is what I ended up doing. Tuesday, we realized that she really does need to start with math. So right now, this is what we got. By the end of the week, this is what we got. We start our day praying 1 decade of the rosary. She received her rosary. She's so happy with it. It is so cute. So I'm just making this a part of our day. So we do 1 decade of the rosary, and then we pray. We pray for the day, we pray for our health, our safety, and then we pray for our family that are spread everywhere. We pray for our city, our state, our country, the world. We pray for world peace and all those things. We just make that how we start our day. And she goes straight into math. And then we come back and then we start doing the other things, which has been World Watch News, and morning basket. But between those things, I am not doing the whole morning basket. I'm using the morning basket items as a break for the other things. So I will do one thing, and then we go and do language arts, and then we'll do another thing, and then we go and do a reading, and then we do another thing. So we're just rotating. The heavy of the school is math and language arts. So we gotta get those things out of the way as fast as possible so everything else can flow. Another thing that we have been doing is after about 1 hour and a half of school, we take a break and then we go play beach volleyball outside of the house. And she loves it. I love that she's interested. Volleyball has become my sport as an adult. I never played, always wanted to play, never had a teacher, a PE teacher that would encourage me because I was too short, too skinny, too weak, couldn't serve the ball, couldn't pass the ball. It was hard to even serve like this when I was younger. And they told me,
go try soccer because volleyball isn't for you.
How rude. Anyways, so I love that my daughter wants to play volleyball, and I want to encourage her. I have something so exciting. My morning basket is so good, you guys. It's so good. It deserves a whole video all on its own. I'm gonna make a video about what I have in my morning basket and how I am doing it as far as what books, how I'm rotating them. And it's just, gold, 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 gold. I'm so happy with the books that we have. So happy. I don't even know. What else? My daughter, she was proud of herself that she completed all this work that we have done. I think this week was definitely a success. We had 9 books scheduled on the Ambleside Online scheduled for this week. And I have 2 chapters from my history curriculum that I'm bringing apart from Ambleside Online that needs to get done before next week. So we were able to do 1 chapter, which the chapter wasn't super small. It was a lot of books and a lot of reading, you guys. So I didn't push, I didn't press. I focused on keeping it light, keeping it fun. Our days weren't super short. They were taking about 4 hours with all the breaks and the playing and the, goofing around, trying to make it light so she enjoys it. Our first day specifically was so good. She was so excited about everything, all the new things, and she was in such a good spirit, and we were able to follow as my ideal, We did the whole morning basket, and then we did math, and then we did a reading, and then we did language arts, and then she went and did some typing, and then she came back, and then we kept doing this beautiful dance where we would go from one thing to another, and break to play, break for snack, and chat a little bit, and it was so good. It was so good. It only lasted day one. On day two, by the time I was done with the morning basket, and I think the biggest problem is that I was doing a read aloud with the morning basket every day, and I shouldn't do that. The read aloud needs to happen another time because I'm still reading to her. All of these books I'm still reading to her. So that's a lot of read aloud, and we don't need an extra read aloud during morning basket. So I think that's where I went wrong on day two. On day one, she was excited because she had never seen that read aloud book, and I got so excited that I wanted to read the next story, although I shouldn't have because the book is scheduled to be one story per week. So it needs to be on a rotation. I've learned my lesson. But that's what these first few weeks are for. It's for us to try, find out what works, find out what doesn't work, and adjust. Adjust, fix things, swap what's not working, figure it out. And this is the beauty of homeschool because we can change things up and do things the way it works for our children and for us. So I am very happy with what we have done this week. I'm happy with most things that we have. The only thing that now I'm debating is history. I will talk just a little bit about history. Our island story is talking about the Reformation period, and the Reformation period is heavily Protestant in the history books. And I have studied enough history, both in my times and now over the summer, that it's just not very accurate. I really do like Ambleside Online, and I don't know if I'm ready to consider changing it to something else. I really do love Ambleside Online. It's tried and true, and the literature is just absolutely beautiful. So what I'm considering doing is finding the same period that we're studying now with Ambleside Online on Mater Amabilis, finding that same history period that matches with Ambleside Online, because I know how Ambleside Online, all the books kind of are connected. So I want to make sure that we're studying that same period. I'm either going to move completely to Mater Amabilis, or I will stay with Ambleside Online and I will have to change the history and bring the Mater Amabilis, because that is the only Catholic curriculum that's Charlotte Mason and Catholic, and that's what I want. But do I want to let go of Ambleside Online? I'm not sure. So for now, I'm sticking with Ambleside Online, and I may be able to piece it together. So I have this dilemma to figure out. So I will figure it out. I will certainly figure it out. I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment, and I will see you next time. Ciao, ciao.